Giants had a heck of a draft. I like the fact that they went up to the first round to get Jaxson Dart. I think he has the potential to be the steal of the draft in 2 or 3 years from now.
Whether you feel Jaxson Dart is a first-round quarterback, Jaxson Dart is a franchise quarterback, or Jaxson Dart was the #2 quarterback in this draft, that's up for opinion. But nobody did more work on the quarterbacks in this draft behind Cam Ward than the New York Giants did.
Heading into the 2025 NFL Draft, all eyes were on two names, Cam Ward and Shedeur Sanders. Ward was the consensus favorite and locked in as the #1 pick to Tennessee. When Sanders slipped past the Saints at number 9, it looked like Ward would be the only quarterback taken in the first round of what many have called a historically weak QB class. But the New York Giants had other plans. They saw something the rest of the league didn't. With conviction and a clear vision, they made a bold move, trading back into the first round with the Texans to select their guy at number 25. His name, Jaxson Dart.
The Houston Texans have traded the 25th pick to the New York Giants. With the 25th pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Jaxson Dart, quarterback,
wow,
Mississippi.
So it is the Ole Miss quarterback, Jaxson Dart. He is a first-round selection.
How we doing? Hey, I told you this is where I wanted to be.
Hey man, we're excited to have you.
Hey, I love you guys.
So like this video if you are excited about Jaxson Dart and the New York Giants' future, and let me know in the comments how you feel about Skattebo and Carter coming out of this draft as well. Jaxson Dart's journey has been nothing short of remarkable. After losing the starting job at USC to Caleb Williams, many wrote him off, but he bounced back in a big way. In 2024, Dart delivered a standout season at Ole Miss, proving he's got what it takes to lead at the next level. He's got the arm, the poise, and the playmaking ability to be an NFL starter. Meanwhile, the New York Giants have been searching for a true franchise quarterback ever since Eli Manning hung up his cleats in 2019, and now that search may finally be over. This is why Jaxson Dart could be the future of the New York Giants. Dart began his college football journey at USC, joining the Trojans after an electrifying senior year that earned him Gatorade National Player of the Year. He entered the highly competitive 2021 quarterback class ranked 13th, sharing the spotlight with future stars like Caleb Williams, J.J. McCarthy, and Drake May. Dart saw action late in a challenging season for USC, showing flashes of his potential, but everything changed when Lincoln Riley took over as head coach in November of 2021. Riley had different plans, bringing in his quarterback from Oklahoma, none other than Caleb Williams. With his path at USC blocked, Dart entered the transfer portal and found a new opportunity, this time in the SEC as the starting quarterback for Ole Miss.
Or kind of put a chip on your shoulder that you haven't been named the Week 1 starter yet?
Yeah, I think so, absolutely.
I think he's highly competitive in everything that he does. He wants to win in everything and has really taken his game to another level, I believe, through those competitions too.
His mind, he never wavered. Jaxson is like, listen, like this is my locker room, this is my team, I'm not going anywhere.
He thrived in Lane Kiffin's high-powered offense, showcasing a strong arm and impressive composure in high-pressure moments. As a dynamic dual-threat quarterback, he made an immediate impact at Ole Miss, leading the Rebels to a 7-0 start in the 2022 season. However, the momentum shifted in Week 8 when LSU, led by Jaden Daniels, handed Ole Miss their first loss, derailing their hot streak. Despite the late-season struggles, Dart finished the year with 2,974 passing yards, 20 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions, posting a passer rating of 62.4%. He also added 614 yards on the ground and a rushing touchdown, proving he's a threat through the air and on his feet. In 2023, Jaxson Dart put together an impressive season, racking up 3,364 passing yards, 23 touchdowns, and just 5 interceptions, with a passer rating of 65.1%. He wasn't just dangerous through the air, he also added 391 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns on the ground. Dart got his shot at redemption, facing off once again against Jaden Daniels in an absolute shootout. Both quarterbacks lit up the scoreboard, but Dart was simply unstoppable. With the Rebels trailing 49-40 and just 8 minutes left in the fourth quarter, Dart took control, leading Ole Miss to a thrilling 55-49 comeback win over the Tigers. In his final season at Ole Miss before declaring for the 2025 NFL Draft, Jaxson Dart took his game to another level, throwing for an impressive 4,279 yards, 29 touchdowns, and just 6 interceptions, with a completion rating of 69.3%. He maintained his consistency on the ground too, adding 495 rushing yards and 3 touchdowns. Jaxson Dart has shown steady growth year after year, not just in his production, but in his decision-making on the field. Yet despite his progress, many NFL scouts and analysts remain skeptical about his potential at the next level. The biggest concern? His tendency to lock in on his first read. The Ole Miss offense is built to be quarterback-friendly, relying heavily on RPOs and quick screens. While that system can inflate stats like passing yards and completion percentage, it doesn't always showcase a quarterback's ability to read a full defense. When Dart's first option isn't there, he often tucks the ball and runs. That's effective in college, but in the NFL, it can lead to costly turnovers. While analysts and scouts still had their doubts, Brian Daboll saw something others didn't: raw potential. Dart turned heads at the combine. Daboll was quoted saying, "He did a really good job throughout this process of our meetings, board work, and workouts. He has all the traits that we look for and covet in a guy. We're excited to work with him."
Yeah, we just got going.
57 Pro, who's the mic?
The mic is 41.
Good, who's the will?
51.
Do you have any issues to the strong side here with the protection?
No.
If you did, if he was coming down and getting on the line of scrimmage, you would say what?
Over.
Great.
Good job, buddy.
The biggest question heading into the season is simple. How much playing time will rookie quarterback Dart actually get? The plan, at least on paper, is to sit him behind Super Bowl champion Russell Wilson. But let's be honest, this isn't the same Russ we saw in Seattle. He struggled in Denver, and while he had a few flashes in Pittsburgh last season, things unraveled fast. A 5-game losing streak to close out the year, and a quick exit in the wild card round to the Ravens says it all. Now, personally, I think sitting Dart for a year to develop would be the smart move. But realistically, I don't see that happening. The Giants are facing what's widely considered the toughest schedule in the NFL, and with pressure mounting on GM Joe Schoen and head coach Brian Daboll to deliver results, their jobs could be on the line if the team doesn't show improvement. I believe by mid-season we'll see a change. If Russell can't elevate his game, the Giants won't have a choice. They'll turn to Dart and hope he's ready to take the reins. But what do you think? How much time will Dart see this year? Do you think he will sit all year as planned, or come in mid-season to save Grandpa Russell Wilson? Let me know in the comments. Once Dart takes over as the starting quarterback, he'll have a top-tier weapon at his disposal: 2023 first-round pick Malik Nabers. Despite dealing with a revolving door of subpar quarterbacks last season, Nabers still put up impressive numbers. He looked like a veteran on the field, ending the season with 1,204 receiving yards on 109 receptions with 7 touchdowns. Nabers is very young at 21 years old. It is safe to say Dart has his number 1 receiver locked in. With either Wilson or Dart under center, I expect him to take his game to the next level. In the backfield, they've got Tyrone Tracy, who outperformed his 5th-round draft status in a big way last year. And this offseason, they added another weapon, Cam Skattebo, also taken in the 5th round. He brings a different style to the run game, making him a perfect complement to Tracy. Look for Tracy to be featured more in the passing game and on outside zone runs, while Skattebo should thrive in short yardage situations and inside zone plays, especially near the goal line. This 1-2 punch gives the offense both versatility and balance. The Giants' offensive line was decimated by injuries last season, and the biggest blow came in Week 6 when star left tackle Andrew Thomas went down with a season-ending foot injury. From that point on, the entire line became a revolving door, with nearly every starter missing time. That lack of consistency up front made it nearly impossible for the offense to build any real chemistry or momentum. But there's good news heading into 2025. The core of that offensive line is back and healthy. Andrew Thomas is locked in at left tackle. Jermaine Illuminor returns to anchor the right side, and veteran guards John Runyon and Greg Van Roten are expected to reclaim their roles. GM Joe Schoen and head coach Brian Daboll made some smart depth moves this offseason, signing veteran tackle Stone Forsythe to a 1-year deal and locking in James Hudson III for 2. Both bring valuable versatility and could serve as reliable swing tackles throughout the season. Keep an eye on 5th-round rookie Marcus Mbao. He's a developmental prospect. Meanwhile, center John Michael Schmitz enters a pivotal 3rd year where he needs to firmly establish himself as a long-term anchor at the center position. If this group can stay healthy and build chemistry, the offensive line could flip the script, turning from a major question mark into a potential strength for the Giants in 2025.
With the third pick in the 2025 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Abdul Carter, defensive end, Penn State.
Yeah, I love it. I appreciate New York. They getting everything out of me. I'm thankful to be here. I'm thankful to have this opportunity.
The way the Giants front office executed this draft was nothing short of masterful. Landing Abdul Carter, who many believe was the most talented player in the entire class, with the third overall pick was already a power move. But then trading back into the first round to grab their quarterback of the future, that's franchise altering. When it's all said and done, I truly believe Jaxson Dart has the potential to develop into a top 15 quarterback in the NFL. If the Giants' offensive line can stay healthy and give both Russell Wilson and Dart time to operate, this team is primed to take a major step forward. This reminds me of the Dallas Turner, J.J. McCarthy combo last year from my Vikings, or the Texans pulling off the Will Anderson, C.J. Stroud play the year before. The difference? The Giants flipped the formula, securing their defensive cornerstone before locking in their QB, and that bold strategy might just set the tone for the next decade of Giants football. With a young core of talent around him and a proven coach like Brian Daboll leading the way, Dart's long-term ceiling is incredibly high. Building strong chemistry with Malik Neighbors should be priority number one. Both are first-round picks, both have fifth-year options, and with only a year separating them, the Giants could have a dynamic duo for the next 4 or more seasons.
Got the call.
Hello. Abdul, New York Giants calling. Let me get you on the phone with Joe.
Abdul.
Yo.
All right, man.
Yes,
You ready to
sir.
be a New York Giant?
Absolutely.
All right, man. We're fired up for you. We're ready to get to work. I'm going to put you on the phone with Coach Daboll right now, all right?
Man, I can't wait to get you up here, man. You're one hell of a football player, and I look forward to working with you, buddy.
The run game, led by Tyrone Tracy and Cam Skattebo, should also take a leap this year. Their versatility will help manage the clock, wear down defenses, and open up the play-action game for Dart to thrive. Yes, the schedule is brutal, and there will be growing pains, but if I had to project a record, I'd say they finished just over the Vegas line at 7-10. Not quite a playoff team yet, but definitely trending up. Overall, I think Jaxson Dart might just be the quarterback that finally saves football in New York. So that pretty much wraps up this video. If you made it to the end, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe for more football content, and turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. But thanks for watching, and the Red Zone guy is signing out. See you in the next video.